Coming to you live from the sands. This is Island Tea. It's 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. And it's about time to set off another Thursday. It's January 30, 2025. I got my girl Kay on the case. What's up?
I'm good. Good morning to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, the regional and international diaspora. Good morning again to Jamsta for all of you who have tuned in on today's episode. It's the 30th of January, so it's the second to last day of the month.
I was just about to ask you because I the only one I know, the only two I know off the top of my head, December and February. So I wasn't sure if January.
Yeah,
and
31.
And that song, I don't remember that song fully. I remember it, but I could. The thing is, you could say 31 or 30 in some of those places. So I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Don't laugh.
No, because I'm hearing you say it and I'm reciting the song in my head.
But
the song,
I'm pretty sure I'm getting some of them wrong. So.
But it's 30 days. Have September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31 days, except in February alone, which has but 28 days and 29 days in each leap year. I remember my answer from school. I'm proud of me.
You are good. I couldn't. Nah. I probably couldn't say that to save
Oh my
life.
gosh, my teachers will be proud.
Yeah,
they will be definitely proud.
Yeah,
boy.
I'd be going to death row if I had to recite that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, good morning. Say happy birthday to my coworker Angelita Richards. Good morning. Enjoy your day. Celebrate, enjoy, and be safe. And to all others celebrating this morning, good morning. Have a great day today. Celebrate hearty. You can celebrate until tomorrow or however long you feel to. But from us here at Win FM and Island Tea, happy birthday to you.
Yes, and a special good morning to everyone. It's always nice to be alive, and we got to give thanks for that. I'm just thinking,
How do you know how it feels to be on the other side? So you say it's nice to be alive.
Well, something has to feel better than nothing, right? I mean,
oh boy.
Yeah, something has to feel better than nothing. I mean, at least you get to hang out with you.
Aww.
Get to
That's so sweet.
Yeah,
because we can't. Well, we could hang out if we die, but not really, unless we're buried next to each other. But yeah, we could hang out.
Sunshine on your face. the smell in the air after a light rain at after 6.
Yeah, we take all those things for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I was wondering this morning while I was coming to work with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, where did we pick up this bad habit from?
Which one?
This.
You mean the travel mug?
Yes.
The Americans, of course.
we ate at home.
Yeah,
I was even remembering the day when our parents cooled the tea, and they cool it and they pour it and they had this long amount of tea, and then the steam was coming out, as we said, cooling the tea. And I'm like, what bad habits have we picked up?
We have, because it's funny. It's funny you brought that up because I think about that all the time. If we weren't so in the thrall of American culture, sad to say, there are a lot of good things, but sad to say, we'd be a lot better off. I was reading an article. I think it was today's Thursday. I think it was Tuesday.
Thursday, yeah.
This American who moved to the Netherlands, and she was talking about how she went back to the States for vacation. And she was talking about the differences, and she was hanging out with some of her friends, and it's like they can't just sit down and enjoy a coffee without looking at their phone every minute. Or, for example, she was telling them, well, we get 6 weeks vacation in the Netherlands, and all these other things. She said her kids bike to school by themselves because there's a bike there. There's a bike lane. She's talking about how, when she used to live in the States, she's commuting to work. It's like an hour each way, and all these things. She talked about going to shop. No, coming to this now. Going to shop, and she would shop every day because everything is fresh. You don't have to go and do the big hoarding thing where you buy all, say, 2 weeks worth of food or whatever it is. She'd go and she'd take her time, and she said she'd meet neighbors, and the neighbors were never in a hurry. The neighbors would talk to her, and
people had time to chit chat.
And so We picked up a lot of those bad habits from the
Yeah.
Americans. Do
Just,
you know?
hi, bye, gotta go,
Yeah.
busy. And then we walk around with these mugs, and then now the taller one.
Do you know? Apparently, this is crazy to me when I found out this.
Mm.
Cup holders were not a thing in BMWs and other European cars until they had to put them
Mm.
in the cars for the North American market, because
Oh.
their culture over there is you're having breakfast, you're having a
On the
coffee, you
go.
sit down and you enjoy it. You don't have coffee on the go. You don't have a croissant on the go. You sit down, you enjoy life. And the culture is pretty much like that in a lot of those countries.
Yeah.
France, you sit
Yeah,
down,
lots of
have
the
your
Euro-
breakfast.
Yeah, those people serious about their lunch. They come, they have their lunch, read
Yeah.
their newspaper. I don't know how it is now because I have not been back since the cell phone has taken over our lives to see if they're still reading their newspaper. But I know they took coming to lunch seriously, eating their lunch, drinking their glass of wine, and going back to work. Yeah.
Yes, and then the Americans, you drink alcohol for so let's say you have a beer or a glass of wine at lunch. People look at you like you're crazy, or like, oh,
Because that's not the culture.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's so weird, yeah. So it's interesting you said that, because St. Kitts is not even that big.
Yeah.
Nevis is not that
But some
big.
people say they
And
can't
we-
eat early. Like I was eating since after
No,
6. I
excuses.
had breakfast. I just bought an extra cup of tea because I know after a while my stomach starts doing the growly thing.
Mhm.
So I said, I have a chai latte.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just having, what did I have? Oh, it's green tea with moringa and mint.
Oh.
Yeah. Mhm.
I had to start my morning. I didn't do any coffee or anything. I had some, well, in Ghana we call it teasum. So I had some tea bush with tick leaf thyme mixed together.
Oh God, I hate that stuff with tea.
What?
I put it in my green seasoning, but I can't drink tea.
Really?
I don't know. It doesn't. They like it at home. The kids like it. We have a huge tree at
And see,
home.
this isn't even that hot anymore, so
Yeah,
I'll
mu-
have to
yeah,
leave it and
same here.
reheat it. And I think that's the whole
Yeah.
point. These cups, that's why I think people.
No, but when I put it in, it had got lost some of the heat. So it's not that. This cup is actually pretty good.
Yeah, the Contigo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps things hot.
Lauren gave me this a few years ago.
Oh, okay. I had a hydro. Well, I'm trying not to steal my husband's hydro mug, but I think once I put something hot in the hydro, like the seal lost its tightness. But that hydro keeps water cold for hours and hours.
Spell
and
that. I
hours.
think I saw that brand. HIJO?
No, HYDRO.
Oh, Hydro. Okay.
Hydro,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in other
No, this
news,
is
other
pretty
than
good.
us copying culture,
Yes.
I see
I know
the
where
hand,
you're
foot,
going.
and mouth disease is spread in Nevis. I know
Oh my
of
God.
one particular school here that shut their doors on Tuesday. Yeah, so they're not having school for the rest of this week. Tuesday was their last day having school, and I also see that 19 persons were found dead aboard a vessel floating off the coast of Nevis. Yeah.
What?
Don't know the nationalities of them yet, but may their souls rest in peace. I don't know where they were coming from. Somebody just reported to the Coast Guard that there was a vessel moving. I'm just going to use the word willy-nilly. It's moving without any direction. So when they approach, so 19 persons are now deceased.
Do they know if the crew were on board, or
I don't
or were the
know. I
crew
don't even know what
included
type
in
of
the
vessel
death?
it is. I saw Loop had it. I see Wind Media has it on their page as well. And I see the Caribbean Times reporting it as well. Yeah. So,
Wow. So we await.
yeah, we await. Just like the
more.
vessel that they found in Trinidad with deceased bodies the other day that suddenly disappeared from them. And
Really?
people were speculating that maybe they didn't want to do a report or whatever, so the vessel might have sank, whatever. I don't know. I'm not even going to speculate like the others that are speculating. But yeah.
Wow. And of course, we had the unfortunate crash last night.
Oh,
Yeah, the plane
Oh!
crash.
there's me
Oh.
thinking what happened in St. Kitts here in Washington, D.C.?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said the worst in disaster in 15 years of U.S. history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
A helicopter and an American Airlines regional
mhm.
plane. Oh, boy.
An A321, I think that's it.
Okay. Yeah, I see dozens fear dead after American Airlines regional jet carrying 64 collides midair with military helicopter near DC airport.
Wow.
Yeah. The worst air disaster in the U.S. in more than 15 years.
Did you see the video of? I saw the video when they.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's crazy. Helicopter ran like it ran into the plane. See if the plane was
So
flying.
who missed who? Who wasn't paying attention?
That's what I'm wondering. And apparently three people were on the helicopter.
So those three are probably not as.
I guess the good thing, for what it's worth, they both crashed into only 8 feet of water. So that's good, I guess. Makes it easier for the rescue and recovery, right? Yeah.
I'm looking here and it says officials declined to address whether there were survivors during a press conference in the early hours of Thursday morning, though dozens were feared dead. NBC News 4 in Washington reported rescue workers had recovered more than 30 bodies from the rivers in the hours after the crash, citing 2 sources close to the investigation.
Oh, so they've already recovered bodies. Okay, I had put on CNN briefly this morning. I didn't hear that part, but I know they did say, yeah, that's where I heard the 8 feet of water thing.
Wow.
And it was still dark, so.
Wow.
It was still dark, and then there were hour behind us. Yeah, it was still dark, so I guess as it gets lighter, I guess that's when things will probably get a little easier. Easier and harder at the same time, because you're going to be confronted with, the full horror.
See something. I guess the carriers flying on the American Eagle. American Eagle. They said it's how the airline brands its regional flights. Remember we had American Eagle before everything became American Airlines? You remember that?
Yeah.
American Eagle used to take us to San Juan, the box plane, before the other style of aircraft that came in.
Yeah, well, it's like a region. Like a regional thing in the U.S.
Wow.
So I say it's called what?
They said the American Eagle.
Oh yeah.
The regional ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Sympathies, empathies to those who would have lost their family members, and to those who are still alive and recovering. I wish them a speedy recovery.
I wonder why they stopped flying. You guys ever knew why they stopped? Why they pulled out?
No.
The American Eagle. Okay.
Because then they become seaborne, and then seaborne become silver. I don't know.
So some seaborne bought out the.
I don't know. To be honest, I'm just saying.
I think American
the graduation of how it became from eagle to seaborne, from seaborne to silver. Okay. So I'm wondering if people change name to not have to pay certain things, right? And the fact that silver has done the Chapter 11 situation that we saw all over the news, filed for bankruptcy, where they're reshuffling. Yeah, hopefully they don't go fully bankrupt. Because, boy, that'll be another jab to air travel.
Because I remember
to get to Puerto Rico.
I remember American Eagle they were the ones who had the ATR 42s.
For 500s.
Yeah. What does that number on the end mean? What is the number on the end?
I think the model.
500, so it might be
the model.
The newest
model is the 600 that Liat had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. We had 48 seater 600s and 72 seaters, 68 seater. Yeah, 72 600. Yeah.
Oh, so there's a 600 too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they've gotten a 7 just yet. Still at 6. Yeah.
Okay.
Because even some of when ATRs are 500.
500.
So 500s are still around.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
They haven't been obsolete just yet.
It's good we have our very own aviation expert.
Oh my gosh.
Working with us. No.
Not true. Not true. Did I send you the stuff about the Vehicles and Road Traffic Amendment Bill?
No. Well, let me check.
It's in the chat.
With all the things I have to do, I didn't get to check that. Let me see. Let us see. Okay, so where are we?
Yo, sometimes I read
Oh,
those
yeah,
things and
have
I'm
an
like, oh
MC,
my
yeah.
gosh, that's a
Mhm.
lot.
Okay. Why can't they just use? Why can't they use? Hey, legal people, why can't you guys just use regular everyday? Why do you have to use this ridiculous this quaint British English? Be it enacted by the King's most really?
Yep.
Really, people? Be it enacted by the King's most excellent majesty? Really?
Because
In 2025?
we're still under
I
the
don't
throne.
care.
We're still under the
Just
throne,
just
Jamsta.
like, and kudos to them, just like they stop wearing the stupid white wigs, I hope. I haven't seen one in a while. They are stupid. I'm sorry.
It's part of the dress.
I don't care.
Oh boy.
I don't care. We need to have a bigger and better sense of self. Right? Everything the British do certainly isn't correct. Don't get me started on slavery and all the horrors thereof. Anyway, so be it enacted by the King's most excellent majesty. That really annoys me.
Jamsta, move away from that.
You know? No, but seriously. Okay, so the act may be cited as the Vehicles and Road Traffic Amendment Act.
Amendment meaning that they've added these
They're adding
to.
things, yeah.
Okay, all right. Just want to make sure I'm on the same
So
page
did
as
you
you.
pick out anything that... Oh, this is where the money and so on. Okay.
Yeah, plenty money.
Amendment of Section 39. The Act is amended in Section 39 as follows in subsection 2. So basically, the fines are going up. People, plain English.
Mm-hmm.
So $4,000 is... Well, $2,000 is going to be replaced by $4,000.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Okay. And that's all you guys need to know. You'll find out in due course what that $4,000 is going to be paid for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really into all that, all the frilly English.
And
about King. Give me a break.
Let's move on. And
It's
amendment of Section 40. Any person who, when driving or attempting to drive or when in charge of a vehicle on a road and is under the influence of drink or drug to such an extent as to be incapable of having proper control of the vehicle shall be liable on summary conviction to a fine not exceeding $10,000 or to imprisonment with or without hard labor for a term not exceeding 1 year, and in the case of a second or subsequent conviction, either to a fine not exceeding $20,000 or to imprisonment for the term not exceeding 2 years, or to both such fine and imprisonment. Because I was just going to ask, if somebody decides, oh, I'm going to go to prison, I don't have that money to pay, how does that work for the victim?
Yeah. Well, so there's no. Well, I guess the judge will use his discretion, right? Maybe.
Yes. And how do they determine who gets hard labor and who doesn't get hard labor, according to the crimes that you would have done?
I guess we could probably extrapolate from the. Remember, we had these broadcasts we had a few weeks ago, where they were they were rationalizing the sentencing guidelines and so on, and you know, for example, they'd say, well, oh, this person is a repeat offender and stuff like that. Oh, this person has a, you know. So I guess based on certain things, maybe their driving record. Okay, maybe you have had a lot of tickets that you paid for, or a policeman may have reported that, oh, I always see this person speeding, or a witness, or you know, all these other things. This person may be known to be a drinker, even though maybe he may not have any tickets, but the person might known to be you know, all these other things. So yeah, I guess.
No.
So I imagine the judge would probably rule based on those factors, the other, you know, the other variables, just like they would with, I guess, any other offense. Yeah, but lose the king stuff, please.
Oh gosh, you and the king stuff. And Amendment 41, the monies have gone up again from 2,000 to 4,000, and then they're replacing 4,000 with 8,000. So these monies are doubling. So
Wow.
y'all need to behave. Y'all really need to behave. Wow.
Yeah, this is why, folks, this is why it's important to drive for you and other people, which I always try to do.
Yeah.
You know, um,
Just 2 nights ago, there were 3 vehicles trying to overtake. Well, 2. One overtook, the other came and tried to overtake the one that was overtaken. So at one point, the road had no space for anybody that
was it the overtaking
heading
wars?
I'd be like, y'all don't hear. That's all I said, and I just continue along because I don't understand how many accidents we need to have in the Federation for people to behave and use the road according to how the road should be used. And then when something happens, you're going to hear more education, etc., etc. How much more education does one need to use the road correctly? Come on. Our lives are all valid. We're all expected somewhere, be it home, work, etc., etc. Let's get there safely. I cannot emphasize enough. Let's behave on the roadways. We're not a lawless people, and we should not act as such.
Absolutely. Man, I'm telling you. I mean, Cleo was saying what? Cleo said, everything the Americans get blamed for. Good grief. Well, with good reason. I'm not saying it's obviously not all bad, right? And then she said, yeah, they have not found any survivors yet, and the water is cold. Hard surviving that. I agree with that. I would really love if some people can weigh in on these traffic. Oh, yeah, so we have a call. It would be nice if this is what they're weighing in on.
Caller, good morning. You're live at Island T.
Hi, good morning, Jamsta. Good morning, lady. How are you doing?
Hey, what's up?
I'm good. What about yourself?
Oh, so far, so good. It could be worse. There's always room for improvement.
Amen.
It's good to know that you touch a topic that is now an interest and have always been interest to most and everyone and same kids. The idea is to make sure that where ends your right begin mine, and where begins my right ends yours. And so the thing is that we have an issue where we have people who deliberately violating the laws, the physical laws that are on the books, and the laws of rightly keeping us safe and separate from each other to make sure that we don't infringe on others' rights. And that is why it has been always said that a good fence keep a good neighbor. Now, having said that, I have recognized a note that is going around on social media concerning some laws that our government ministers are intended to pass in the House of Assembly. Those laws will definitely affect most and many of us, because I guarantee you that a higher percentage of us drive over the speed limit that is laws that are on the books. And we have, I think there was a time when we used to do 25 miles an hour in the village and 20. And I can't remember when we went over 40, but those laws were placed there since Noah was here building the ark. And even Columbus made those laws. And we had donkey cart and horse cart and all of that. And it is my opinion, don't take off my head for that, that I think that we should increase the speed limit outside the village to about 60 miles an hour. And in the villages, you give it maybe 25 or 30 miles an hour. Because you see, you're taking away from people right now and weaponizing the type of vehicle that we drive now, which are more sophisticated, quicker response, and have the ability to do things other than that what the old-time vehicle was not able, normally are capable to do. Our braking system is excellent. We get better tires. Before we used to have recap tires and all of that. That is in the past. The thing is that people are using these equipment for their own whip and fancy. By overtaking round the corner, by failing to be polite and give you a way to pass on your own road. And if you're on your side, they want to come over and drive over in front of you. Those are willful and wicked acts.
Yep.
Now, if you're driving from, let's say, from Cairn to town and you have a straight area and you see the way that you can overtake, you might bring you up to 40 to 50, 60 miles an hour for you to clear those vehicles. And then the responsibility is yours to make sure that you are certain that those areas are clear. People who don't normally break the law, those are the ones who are going to get caught in those areas with those high prices that we are willing to pass today in the House of Assembly. We need to put something in place to curb the reckless drivers who decide to overtake 10 cars in a line around the corners. And until we do so, we are doing things like someone saying, I have a cancer, so they give you chemotherapy and kill the whole different set of organs in the body. And at the end of the day, your death was not caused by cancer. Your death is caused by the medicine they put in you to destroy the rest of the organs. And I've said all of that to say this. People who don't normally break the law will be get caught in this issue, and they will pay dearly. And these fines are not small. They are big.
Yep.
They are very big.
Yep.
And it is my opinion that it is good to show that you are doing something. But I feel like somewhere along the line, we are overreaching. And I don't not so much like so much policing state, a police state. I like a place where you have good communication. You say, don't get weary in educating people. Find them, yes, but do not abuse the system because it could be abused.
But wouldn't you?
People could hit you $10,000 fine, $50,000 fine until you know it.
But wouldn't you
can't
say?
drive, you can't do a lot of things. And you really a law-abiding citizen. One got to be very cautious with these things. Today they are minister, tomorrow they will be civilian again. The police officer will be civilian again. And then they will feel the effect. You say, well, I don't do that and I don't do this. You don't know when you're going to have to.
But don't you think these are measures just to deter the recklessness of the drivers on the road, and it's not something that they hope they would have to pay?
No, they won't, because you see, if people are modifying motorbike and taking off the mufflers and so on and so noisy in the public, if people could get up on the back wheel in 4th Street, those are things that you got to look at. People are carrying out willful acts.
But at the same time, but
in your face.
But caller, you just said you don't so much like a police state, and in my opinion, there is a huge middle ground. There's a pretty big middle ground before you get to police state. You get from the other pole to the police state pole on the opposite side. So, and you kind of contradicted yourself, because what I hear you saying is that I totally agree that they should be nipping this kind of nonsense, this kind of stunting on motorbikes and the noise and all this stuff in the bud when they hear it. I totally agree. But then at the same time, you can't say you don't want a police state. And as far as I'm concerned, doing that stuff isn't what I would call constituents of a police state. Those are just common sense. That's just common sense policing. I mean, why should I?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Jamsta. I appreciate that you said that, because, one of the things is that I know enough to know, Jamsta, that I don't know enough. And if I put my hand and you put your foot and somebody put the toes and somebody put the hand, we have a complete body. And so therefore, I might not hit all the nails right. Somebody else will not. But if all of us put together, we could come together and solve this issue. One of the things that I noticed, we don't have enough uniform presence. Just the presence of the uniform deter. Because you know that if people are driving on the way to town and they know that police is down there, they're going to slow down. It is the presence of even in Basti, you hardly have the presence of the uniform. Sometimes I own lots of tourists and they ask, you ain't got no police here? And I say, yes, we do, but they're right there. They just, a button away or something. But lots of time you don't see them. You don't see the uniform. The presence of the uniform on the streets can make a big difference. The police don't have to be doing anything, just the presence
I agree.
of the uniform.
And same thing
So
we
to
mentioned
me,
the other day, putting up.
You don't have to come down. You don't have to come out with a big stick. Just show yourself. If a fella going to break a house and a police out there, he's not going to do it.
But why?
You have prevented something from happening.
But why? Okay, and that's a good idea. But why, as adults and law-abiding citizens, why should we need to see the police to act the way we should act or behave in a manner that is that's appropriate for all? Why? Why can't we just do what we need to do and make life easy for everyone, including the officers, that they only have
Because a good fence keep a good neighbor.
Oh, boy.
A good fence keep a good neighbor. Ounce of prevention is better than a whole pound of cure. When you do that, when you have the uniform presence, you prevent issues from happening. You prevent the lawyers from taking money from poor people. You prevent the court from holding long session. You prevent the prison from holding the people. You put something in place that will put people to find means of doing things other than idle things. Be productive. And that is why you don't have to come out with a big stick to do something. Just show your presence. And you know what? The police force, there are people who work in the police force and they work from 8 to 4 in offices. Put them on the street sometime within the week. Take them from the desk job. You don't give them 40 hours by the desk. You put a couple hours on the street. Say, hey, you have street duties today and tomorrow. Utilize what you have.
I agree.
We have a bigger police force than most of the countries in the world, and you don't see the uniform. Get the uniform out there. They don't have to be big stick and bullying people, but get the presence of the police that will deter.
Okay.
And you don't need a magic band to know that. I mean, you don't have to wheel that. Somebody might say, well, we don't have the manpower. Well, you have to synchronize, change. Whenever you fill up an application, you agree to work shift. Whatever time they put you to work, you agree on these systems. These are the stipulations that you agree to. And if you agree to them, then you will work those shifts. I mean, some people have part-time job and other jobs and so on, but you have to decide which job is most important, where your location should be. And I think that the best conversation is the listening part. I think I have said enough.
Thank you for your contribution.
Right. Okay. But I
if
agree.
you have anything, and I'm listening off here, but Jamsta, it's always good for somebody else to give a different point of view. And actually, once we do that, and we can agree to disagree, but at the same time, we must come to good, reasonable conclusion that these are the direction that we need to go.
Exactly. I agree.
Have a good day.
Okay.
You too.
Yeah. So, and I like his idea about because you see it in other industries and the corporate world. The idea of maybe clerical police maybe coming out. I absolutely agree with that. And I also think that should be for the upper brass too. Because a lot of them think that walking a beat is beneath them, because they're...
You think?
Yes.
Or maybe they just...
I feel so.
So they should come out. We shouldn't have to wait to see the police commissioner on the telly.
Yeah, there should be... Yeah.
Addressing us, then addressing us in person.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a certain amount of... I feel like there should be a compulsory certain amount of hours that every police officer, regardless of where he works, whether it's an office or whatever, that you get to go out and do some interact with the public. Because like the caller said, just their presence alone and interacting with the public, it helps to deter crime. It builds a rapport with the police and so on. Let's take this call. I was about to go to the break, but okay. Okay, so
let's
we
go
missed
to the
that call.
break.
Yeah,
Let's
go to the break. Okay.
Found the sound. CIBC Caribbean Realtors Hub helps potential homeowners meet their best fit. Phew.
Honey, you missed a spot.
Enjoy up to 95% financing and up to 35 years to repay. And in the Realtors Hub, you'll discover everything you need to know about finding and buying your dream home.
I'm on it, there.
Make your biggest move yet. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/Realtors Hub to get started today.
Supermarket shoppers understand that convenience matters. At Hortsport's Value Mart IGA, we know that price matters most. Ample parking and the widest variety matter. At Hortsport's Value Mart IGA, we know that price matters most. Clean, spacious aisles and the highest level of customer service all matter. At Hortsport's Value Mart IGA, price matters most. We've renewed our commitment to guarantee the lowest prices in the Federation. Why? Because we understand that in this tough economic environment, price matters most. Shop smart. Shop Value Mart, where price matters most. Farms Estate Nevis and Wellington Road, St. Kitts.
Price matters most. Every day in a busy world, we have to do so much. Bank with CIBC and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the heart of all we do. We're on your side, we're listening, we know the way you feel. CIBC, ambitions made real.
And we are back, and 2 comments. You want to take one? Which one you want to take? Okay, I'll take the girl, you take the boy. So Cleo says, why work hard labor when prisoners don't go out and do work anymore like they used to do way back when?
Okay.
And
And
Burl, right below.
I am not seeing it.
You're not seeing it? Okay.
Let me come back out and on the same Facebook.
No, that's on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
that's
why
why.
I'm not seeing it.
Because
on,
I'm seeing all of them together. That's
oh,
why.
you see,
Yeah.
you got fancy. I got to
Yeah,
switch
yeah,
between
yeah,
the two. Remember, I just got a phone. Oh boy, I'm coming. Great comments by that caller. Absolutely correct. The laws should apply to all who are policing the white collar crimes. Police presence is needed. That's how it works in the USA. Well, fair enough. As the caller said, we can all spew our ideas and then we basically pick the ones that work best for society.
Yeah. But yeah. Go ahead.
I guess they're just trying to deter the lawless behavior of those who continue to perform them. I understand money is not an easy thing to come by, and if you get fined and still have to spend time in jail, and that's a lot, because imagine spending time in jail with hard labor, let's say, per se, depending on your traffic crime, and then you come out and you still can't produce that $20,000.
Oh, you notice that there's a reward payment. There's a section where there was provision for anonymous evidence.
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw that at the top.
And then there's a section where there's a reward payment of up to $5,000. I don't want to make it about that, but
You mean for reporting?
yeah, like if you submit the thing and it yeah. Boy, let me see. Let's see what else. Boy, amendment of third schedule. Okay, so at least we have a nice foundation for discussion. I guess the powers that be are doing their best to, let's really make the road tragedy issue.
But to me,
situation improve. Yeah, go ahead.
that's what I think. But are we gonna hear though? Because we are people of habit. Because I can see somebody being locked up for trafficking a certain drug, and I'm still gonna think that I can get away with that after I see what that person went through. I think that I'm invincible, so I'm gonna do something that I was basically told not to do, shown the repercussions of doing it, and still do it. I don't understand how as humans we operate like that. You know, I was watching this Nicaraguan that got sent back to Nicaragua. He said he spent 19 years of his life in the U.S. They asked him if he's going to go back. He says yes. How? I hope it's legally this time.
Oh, he didn't answer, right?
Huh?
He didn't answer.
He says he's going to go back to the U.S.
Yeah, go back, but I mean...
How? No, they didn't ask the how question. I'm saying how? I hope it's a legal time.
Why didn't I ask that?
I don't know. He just says he's going to go back. But I'm like, oh my gosh. This other lady, she was in prison for 5 months because, well, she was undocumented. She was living there, but she went to Walmart and did not have her grandson in a car seat. She just had him in the back of the car. And they caught her, realized she's undocumented too.
When was this? That particular
This
one?
news was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
No, she's part of the group that went back to Nicaragua too, but that's the story that she's sharing. So once they've caught her on that, then she spent an extra 5 years in the, not 5 years, 5 months in the detention facility awaiting deportation.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the list
So she's back.
She's back in Nicaragua. She says she's not going back.
She's not going back to the States?
No.
Oh.
She says she's done. She's happy to be back home and she's going to just enjoy her life there. But the other gentleman that lived there for 19 years.
You said he's going back?
He's going back. How? I don't know how he's going to get back now.
These people are bold.
Yeah. I'm going to look for the article and I'm going to send it to you.
This is the crazy part. I mean,
I've seen people from the border say they got sent back and they say they're going back. Like Mexican. Yeah, they said they're gonna go. They're gonna keep going. This guy, I watched a documentary once before this thing became such a big hoopla.
This is
and he
insane
says
to me.
Every time they send me back, I'm gonna go back.
So why can't you just try and do it legally? I don't understand. It's strange.
I just maybe it's an adrenaline rush.
This is wild.
Yeah, he just said I'm gonna keep going back, and and I'm like, the trek. You see people die from that trek. People get bitten by rattlesnakes, etc., and he just keeps doing it over and over and over. And every time they catch him and send him back, he comes back again. To be sent back again. Yeah, but
wow.
But the guy that says he was going to go back, he looked like he's in his mid-30s. So I expect him to keep his word. We might see him again in the news somewhere. He's going to go back.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
but it's a lot of them. One of the ministers or a social worker was even talking about the reintegration of them, the things they're gonna have to do. She spoke about it being costs, the cost, etc. So I'm gonna send
you mean the cost as in
to reintegrate
in their original countries, their countries of origin. You mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm speaking specifically to that country.
Yeah. Well, why? I wonder. What's? I mean, your home. What's I mean, no, just for the sake of information, I would like to know what challenges they're gonna face. You know, is there? I mean, then you have to ask for one. Is there a stigma attached to being a deportee? I guess I imagine there might be, because I get the sense that there's some of that here, right? So maybe that's a thing. I would imagine that's a thing most places.
But that list that everybody's saying is...
Because people might assume you're a criminal.
But you're not. You're just living undocumented. How about that?
But of course, they do send back criminals as well. But
yes,
but
not everybody.
Not everybody,
yeah. Because she was just charged. She's not a criminal. She was just charged. Yeah.
Entering illegally.
Yeah.
But technically, you're a criminal, right? You enter the country illegally.
Technically.
Are
you a criminal, or is the fact that you just get...
No, you're a criminal. It's a crime.
Charge entails that you become a criminal?
You entered a country illegally. That's a crime. So you're a criminal. If you wanna debate,
could it not be considered an offense because of it's not
a crime,
severe?
An offense? No, it's severe. So if someone burglarized your house, broke into your house and entered, that's not a severe crime, don't you think?
It's a crime, but it's not. Did they cause injury? Maybe they'll take some of my stuff.
Why are they breaching the walls of your castle? Why?
I would look at it as an offense.
How?
And I would only consider it a crime if they cause grievous harm to someone.
But it's still a crime. They breached your sanctuary. You could say right?
But it's
Where
an
you live.
offense.
But it's still a crime. Call go
Caller,
right
good
ahead.
morning. You're live on LNT.
Oh, good morning to you guys.
Hey,
I
good
want to
morning.
make a small input, right?
Mhm.
When someone comes to the USA legally, so for instance, somebody come here on a visitor's visa, right?
Uh-huh.
If they overstay, they're putting themselves in trouble actually because I've heard that if you come here and you overstay, then you mess up. If you come here and you overstay
Mm-hmm.
and they catch you after you overstay,
Yeah.
they're gonna probably send you out, right?
Yeah.
And it's gonna mess up your chances of getting
A visa again.
back here. Getting a visa again.
Mm-hmm.
So then, therefore, where I'm pointing at is all these persons that they're rounding up and sending out. How are they gonna be able to come back again legally?
But people can change their names. Some people might go to the extreme as to change their features as well.
Yes.
People can do
Yes,
all of
you're
that.
correct. I just want. Yeah, you're correct. You're definitely correct because I know a person who's here. He was sent out this country maybe like 3 times, and you know what his name is? John Doe.
Now?
Yeah, that's what we call him in the street.
Oh,
Because
in the
he has
streets.
changed-
Okay.
Yeah, his street name is John Doe because of the fact that he has gone and come back, like sent out, deported out, and come back
Wow.
several times. He
Wait,
has defied the system.
Wow. And has he entered legally all the times that he's been in?
No.
Oh,
that's
okay.
not this,
Okay.
I mean, maybe only the first time.
Okay.
Maybe the first time.
Yeah, the
But
overstay.
once he got sent out and come back, he came back illegally with the change of name or however other way he did it. And then there's a person that I know in St. Kitts right now. He got sent out. And I spoke to him recently, a couple of days ago. And so I tell him,
Hello? Caller, you got cut off.
I'm here still.
Okay. No, we didn't hear the last. The only thing we heard was you spoke to somebody a few days
And
ago
I
that
tell
was
him,
sent
and
out.
then you got cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that person is in St. Kitts right now. So I told him, yo, man, enjoy your life in St. Kitts, man. You can make something good of your life there. Then he said no. I asked him if he likes there better than over here. He said no, he wants to come back over here.
Wow.
Even though I don't agree with that. You know, you can make a good life in St. Kitts Nevis as well if you apply yourself.
But like the Nicaraguan that I was just speaking about, right? He spent 19 years of his life over there. It looks like it's more than what he would have spent in his country because he looks like a fairly young guy, right? And the fact that he says he's going to go back. And as I said, the reporter didn't ask how. Or I don't know if I missed that part. But the fact that he's going to go back, that speaks waves and waves. And as I was telling Jamsta, I don't know if you heard this story before, I've watched where Mexicans who were deported over and over, like they continue to take the trip and continue to get caught and sent back after a while. But they continue to go back into...
journey, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, I want to give you guys some homework. There's a parliament session coming up today, right?
In St. Kitts?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a House of Parliament today, isn't it?
I'm not sure, so I can't say yes or no.
I don't know if this is why they sent out this thing, but no, I don't know. But we can find out.
But I want to maybe give y'all some homework when we were talking about the laws. Can we go back from since we went independence, and can we go back maybe for this government, and we put forward all the laws that was changed in the House, like from when we went independence, and also maybe from this administration. That would be some extensive homework for y'all to do, so we can look at how the laws was changed over the years. You know, that's my little input for now, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you. That's big homework right there. So anybody that's listening that want to come and talk about the change laws, and if they are better now than they were then, here's your invite. Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT.
Oh, no, there's no one.
Oh, okay. It sounded like someone was there.
So, there was something in the law here I noticed that says, let me see. Okay. Sharon just sent something. Thanks, Sharon. And it's funny, I was listening to Trinidad station this morning, right? Oh no, yesterday afternoon. Because they mentioned it yesterday afternoon, and I heard the tail end of when they call out the ultimate Soca semifinalists. And I said, okay, I have to go and find that list. But good on Sharon for sending it to us. So, quick back to the laws. They said there's something here about automated. Let me see, automated something.
Yeah. Caught by automation.
Oh, I get it now. Okay, I get it. So I guess that they're preparing the laws so when they put up the cameras and so on. That would okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
Jamsta, you saw the Caribbean Airlines plane that had engine failure en route to Trinidad.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
But I don't know if you saw the video. You saw the flight attendants were asking to brace, and somebody was still taking a video. If you're bracing, you can't take a video.
Exactly.
But if something had happened to that person, though, you would have heard otherwise, right?
And they might have tried to sue the company.
But
right?
I'm glad that they would have had the video, that somebody would have already had it. And then there was somebody
Yeah.
next to them making a call.
I mean,
Why your phone's on? Imagine the captain in front there is trying to communicate with ATC. Your phone messing with his radios. What's wrong with us as humans? But
exactly.
I have to say kudos. It's a former colleague of mine. I'm not going to call his name on radio, but Liat produced some of the best people, and he got those people safely to the ground. So kudos to you, Cap. Congratulations. Yeah, celebrating.
Yeah. Caller, go ahead. We have a caller. That's why.
I'm not really excited in calling again, but I
No, it's okay. It's okay. Come
I
on.
need to touch on the issue
Come on.
of
That's what we want. We
our
want
people that are returning home.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that the way that I see it is that our people who are returning home, I do hope that our people who are here will consider that they are one of us, and they was here before they leave, and they went with an intention, hopefully, to make a better life. And those who they have sent their money back to will have it ready, and the things that they were asked to do, that they have done it to their satisfactory and to the best of their ability, because sink or swim or whatever it is, they're coming back home. Now, having said that, we have a few hundred of people on our road that are cutting grass. I believe in my mind that the government should make it mandatory that the younger ones who have the ability to learn, that they should check trade school at least out of the 5 days per week that they work, do 2 days trade school until that they are pulled away from the cutting of the grass. Not everybody will be able to be successful in that area, but we need to build a nation of men and women with certain skill so that we wouldn't run short. We need plumbers, carpenters, electricians, technicians, and landscapers. There are lots of people who run a weed eater. If you notice that going across the F.T. William Road, and I think some on the Kim Collin, we had beautiful plants, frangipani, bougainvilleas, and so on. And most of them are dead because they are so good with the weed eater that they run the weed eater close to the tree and back the skin from the tree and kill it. So now what you have nice cut grass, but no flowers, no beautification. It looks nice, yes, but without beautification, we in a position where we're not looking like we do have a true flowers garden. So I think that we need more training. And somebody say, you're going to tell them over and over. Tell them over and over until they believe it, until they convince it. Because something good, to achieve something good, is very difficult to do that. And it's hard to bend an old tree, so you have to teach people when they're young. Some people catch it when they're older. Some people don't slow, but when they get it, they do get it. And I think that we should be more robust in our agriculture department. Lagweed, we should be able to get young plants, budding and grafting should be going on at Lagweed. Close down those air-conditioned offices at Lagweed. Bring out your skill-trained people who went away to study. Let them teach agriculture in Lagweed so that if people in the in our society, in our community, need plants to plant, they can go there and buy it. Whatever the price may be, however cheap or whatever it is. But it must be accessible. You must be able to have it. Because we had it before. Why can't we have it now? Start with planting coconut trees so we don't have to bring in coconut. We could be self-sufficient. One jelly is for $5. You sell 100 jellies and $5, you have $500. So at least we need to do something better than what we are doing. And rather than somebody yard to pick up the jelly, they could have their own, they could have a place where they could go and pick them, plant them by the side of the gut, wherever it is. So we could beautify the place, do things differently that will benefit all. And so we need to improve on what we are doing. We are doing good, but we can do better. The side of the roads are clean, and we don't litter as much as we normally do. We had a thing called talking trash. I noticed that have disappeared. Bring it back. Regain the consciousness of the people so that they can own their pride rather than littering. I mean, rather than throwing stuff in the square, put one of your litter warden by the square put them from 12 o'clock up to 8 o'clock in the night so that the presentation of the litter warden will prevent somebody from littering in the square.
Yeah.
And if you have them on the road and people know the people in the stores not going to throw the garbage in the square. We have to do things differently to improve for the betterment of all. Everybody's getting pay in St. Kitts. Once you work, you get paid. I never hear nobody say that government paycheck late. They always ask, it come yet? But they get paid. And since they get paid, I think they should work. Everybody should really do a full day's pay, a full day's work for a full day's pay. I don't know. It's normally get in trouble, so I think I said enough. I'm going to hold one of the best part of the conversation, the listening part.
No. Okay.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right.
You too.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with
That's a
weighing
great
in,
idea as
especially
well, yeah.
especially when your weighing's on point. So
The little water at the square will prevent the garbage that we normally people put there from wherever, because I don't know where they come from. But yeah,
no one ever sees.
exactly.
Yeah, it's like the offender has a cloaking device or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Let's take a quick break. 4 minutes after 9 o'clock. Oh boy, there's a caller. Let's take the call because caller, go right ahead. Island
Good morning.
Yeah.
Morning.
Yes, morning.
Mm-hmm.
Two things I wanted to bring up. One, I don't know if you've heard Dwyer's commentary that he issued Wednesday.
Yeah, he sent it. I haven't had time to look at it yet,
Okay.
but I'm gonna. Yeah.
Right. Well, I found it instructive, because
What's the topic?
essentially freedom of information. Because what actually happened, he essentially tested what was on the books. And it was kind of concerning in the sense that, we've had this thing about integrity in public life for ages, since Dr. Douglas was in power. And you move the needle a bit when Dr. Harris was Prime Minister, and finally, when Dr. Drew became Prime Minister, things were actually passed and operationalized. But what it sounded like in the commentary was that even though things are operationalized, you can still frustrate the process in terms of delay and what we call obfuscation, that is kind of hiding stuff or not making it difficult for you to get the information, right? And that is not good. In the spirit of the law, right? Once it's not as he indicated, national security or things like people's medical business and those sorts of things, then release the information. It's public, right? Because apparently he wanted information on, I guess, the other people, public servants, who are employed by government, people on government payroll. I mean, we know the Prime Minister's salary. We know what he gets. So why should anybody else? We know what the senior civil servants, all civil servants in the civil service get. Okay, it's in the estimates. So why should certain public servants, people on the public payroll, somehow get a pass on this? It doesn't make sense. It certainly doesn't make sense to me, right? And if they're going to be part of the integrity in public life thing, they'd have to declare things like that anyway. So I don't see why something like that should be top secret. And it would be interesting to hear what eventually happens here, okay? Because it does indicate that there seems to be some level of reticence, some shall we call, discomfort in releasing that kind of information. And that in itself is worrying because it suggests that, well, boy, this might be embarrassing for us or something like that. It should not be, right? If you want to employ whether somebody, an advisor, a contractor, a consultant, or whatever, these are services that the people are providing, okay? And they should be paid for their service. So why the need to hide them unless the quantities, the numbers of them are so ridiculous that it's embarrassing to do so, right? So I would hope that there's a rethink of this and the delay is stopped because it seemed as if it was treated as if it was a hot potato. So it should not even have gone, I think, to the Attorney General's chambers, for instance, reach as far as that. It stay in the department, human resources. They should have the information and should be able to give the information, I would have thought. Okay? So that's one aspect of things. It will be interesting to see what eventually happens here. The second thing that I wanted to bring up was the DPP was in focus. I think it was yesterday.
Okay, so we'll probably have that today at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it was heartwarming to hear him say that compliance with the declarations have been up this year because we weren't hearing anything. Okay, and just like, there's that adage, justice must not only be done, it must be seen to be done. I think it's the same in this case because the first time it was done, you remember the big fanfare about 90-something% declarations, etc., right? Once people realized that they were serious about this, okay? And so it is good to hear him say, although there isn't 100% compliance, that at least it's happening. Okay, it's still happening. It wasn't just a big deal, a big photo op for the first time and nothing happens after. It would be nice, though, if rather than the DPP, because he now seems like some kind of whip, it would be nice if the Integrity Commission could simply issue a statement of compliance saying that, well, they are so much percent compliant, and also issue some kind of certification, if you will, to people who have been compliant. And those, well, we know what should happen to those who are not compliant, in that they're supposed to go to the DPP office and he follow up with prosecutions if necessary. But, you know, I don't think it's a department or an institution that should just be quiet. Because when you're quiet, it suggests that nothing is happening. Okay, and I'm sure there are things happening. Just issue a blanket thing. Nobody's asking for details. Just say it's whatever percent compliant this year. And the positions of the people who have not declared, and if they're going to submit their names or give them more time or whatever to do it. Okay, I just thought I'd bring up those two.
Yeah. Okay, great.
All right.
As usual.
Thank you for your contribution.
Okay, so let's take a quick break and come back.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Voices has a new time. Starting Friday, January 24, tune in from 10 to 12 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for Voices right after Island Tea on Win FM. Money Matters with Dr. Terrence Martin moves to Monday afternoons from 1 to 2 p.m. Inside the News on Saturday mornings, now 10 to 12 noon. Tune in to Win FM 98.9. Log on to winmediaskn.com and our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch pages. And let's go. Keep up with the news on our website and by following our Win Media SKN channel on WhatsApp. Message your comments or call Win FM at 466-0989, 662-0989, or call our U.S. numbers from anywhere, 718-285-6984, 305-921-4619, and call our sales office at 466-9586. Voices, now 10 to 12 a.m. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Money Matters, 1 to 2 p.m. Monday afternoon. And Inside the News, Saturdays, 10 to 12 noon on Win FM 98.9.
And we are back. It's 9:14. I got I'm talking about the Ultimate Soca Champion, and that's what they're calling now the Soca Monarch competition over in Trinidad now. So we got some results for the semi-finalists, people who made it to the semi-finals. So let me just read this for you guys. So auditions were held at the Southern Academy for the Performing Arts in San Fernando on January 25 and 26. And over 200 soca artists from around the world were judged via walk-ins and video submissions. Of these, 10 youth and 20, so they have a youth thing as well. Well, they always had a youth thing, it's just that it's now called, Ultimate Soca Champion, Youth Soca Champion. So let me see, where was I? Were selected. So 10 youth and 20 Ultimate Soca Champion contestants were selected to move on to the semi-final round of the competition, which will take place on Sunday, February 9 at Naparima Bowl Amphitheater in San Fernando, and the finals on Thursday, February 20 at the Queen's Park, Savannah. So the Youth Soca Champion semi-finalists are Aaron Duncan, Christo, Junior Lifer, Christina, Paris Kutain, Saki, Seyi, Shekwan, Sucre, I guess, and Verse. And on the senior side of things now, the Ultimate Soca Champion semifinalists. And so the following artists will compete in the semifinal for a chance at the crown of the Ultimate Soca Champion 2025 and the grand prize of $1 million. That's TT, I imagine. $1 million TT. Still nothing to sneeze at. That's Because of like 6 and change to 1, right? So
When
that's
they say
like
1 million?
yeah. So that's 6. That's 6 into 10. 6 into 10 is
166.
Yeah. So like over 100,000 US. That's man. That's pretty. That's pretty decent. Yes. That's almost $300,000 of money, right? Yeah. So okay. So these are the semi-finalists. Anika Berry, yeah, big tune on the Tilden Hall rhythm. Antonel Bravo, Black Adan, Castle, Dash, Ding Dong. This is not Ding Dong from Jamaica. This is Viking Ding Dong. Yeah, GI. That's one of those. GI is a Indian chutney soca artist. Imani Ray, Iowa George. Jadel, Juby, Chris Kennedy, Nyla Blackman, Nessa Preppy, and M1. Orlando Octave, Preety, Swappy. And you got Trilogy. And also Trinidad Killer and Young Brother. So, and the reserve is Snakey. Oh, because Snakey is a Calypso artist. So that's interesting. Oh, that's okay. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, the Youth Soca people are going to be performing for... let me read that part of the thing. I didn't read the top line. The Youth Soca artists I read out, well, they're going to compete for a chance at the crown of the Youth Soca Champion 2025 and the grand prize of 200,000 TT dollars, which again is nothing to sneeze at, especially for a junior soca competition, right? Pretty
but
good.
It's plenty more than anyways, I won't say.
Yeah, of course, plenty more than here. I mean, it's bigger population and all that, so.
It's a lot of money to win.
Yeah, a lot of money. Either way, however you slice it. So yeah, so it's called the Ultimate Soca Champion now. I didn't. There are only a handful. I think I only counted about 3 or 4 people from other islands, but that's fine.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Hopefully one day we get somebody that's will.
Yeah, I was kind
of
of
represent us again.
I remember I had asked the newsroom to ask Samal at that press conference he had in, was it November? Remember he had the culture, well, all of his ministries, and I had asked them to ask about if they were going to, if someone was going to be sent, like usually we had a period there where the winner got a bye to the semifinals. Yeah, but I don't know. And I think Samal's answer was something like they were willing to do it, but they have to see what the Trinidadians are doing this year. So, yeah.
And maybe one day we'll have somebody back in there. Never know. I was looking at the Buckley's Uprising. I saw a news article from the SKNIS, and it says, the headline says, government acquires land for Buckley's Uprising monument. Prime Minister Drew announces initial, 100,000 in funding. And it says, to honor the legacy of the 1935 Buckley's Uprising, Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew has announced the acquisition of land at Buckley's, which will be dedicated to constructing a permanent monument commemorating the struggle of the nation's forebears. The announcement was made during the 90th anniversary commemoration ceremony of the Buckley's Uprising, held under the theme Reflections After 90 Years. The Buckley's Uprising as a catalyst for change in the British West Indies. Addressing the attendees, Prime Minister Drew underscored the significance of the acquisition, which ensures that the land spanning from the main road to the boundary of the JNF France General Hospital will be officially owned by the Buckley's Uprising Committee. This milestone, he noted, marks a critical step in preserving the history and legacy of the courageous men and women who sacrificed for justice and labor rights in St. Kitts and Nevis and across the Caribbean. To advance this initiative, the Prime Minister also reaffirmed the government's financial commitment, pledging an initial allocation of 100,000 to begin preparations for the construction of the monument. This funding is part of a broader government commitment of 1 million over time to ensure that the monument stands as an enduring tribute to the resilience and determination of those who led the 1935 revolt. So I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but yeah. So Work has begun, not on building the monument, folks, so don't quote me wrong, but at least acquiring the land. And hopefully, as they say, over time, the monument will stand as a testament for those who fought for better, for not only St. Kitts and Nevis, but the British West Indies as well. And I know the Nyabingi Theocracy Order, they had they commemorated the 90th anniversary of the Buckley's Uprising. I know they normally have their celebration there. They had speeches, poetry, singing, playing of the harps. And I also see they were going to be announcing the 5 persons who were jailed in 1935. There were also 5 honorees who received plaques.
Mm-hmm.
And they were also going to lay wreaths in honor of our ancestors' sacrifice.
So 5 honorees, so I guess they're going to give it to family members?
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, gave because it's gone.
Oh,
it was
okay.
on Tuesday the 28th.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. I remember someone was making the case for maybe some of those people being national heroes, being made national heroes.
Oh.
I think we were having a discussion about that at some point.
But how do you choose who? Well, maybe they can do the 5 persons that were jailed. They can be the
and maybe some who got. How many got shot?
I'm not sure. I just
remember. This is so messed up. We have to even be talking about this.
Yeah, I just saw they said they were announcing of the 5 persons who were jailed in 1935, and then it also said 5 honorees will be receiving plaques.
Okay, I'm wondering where they're gonna put the. I wonder where they're gonna put the monument.
Because remember they say where they acquired the land. Yeah, so I don't know where. I am just waiting to see the unveiling of it, and
I have a comment here on that. It says, we will see about that.
Oh boy.
The monument. Not holding my breath. The millions squandered on the stalled Bradshaw Museum would have more than covered the cost of the monument.
Shucks. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Let's take this call. 924. Call. Go right ahead. Island T.
Good morning to
Hey, what's up? Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
I want to go in on your traffic conversation you had earlier.
Yeah, sure.
The Children's really working out. Children's does work with it breaking the traffic laws. And the reason why I said that in the Bronx and Manhattan and Buckley, the speed limit used to be 35 to 45, and they changed it to 25. The fine's only 25. The fine's only $50. But trust me, nobody go over the speed limit anymore. Right?
Okay.
Because when you get the fine in the mail, it starts from when it was mailed out. You got 30 days to pay. And if you don't pay it, you double in 30 days. Another 30 days, it double. Another 30 days, it double. Until you pay. So you're going to the Bronx, to where I'm at right now in the Bronx. Nobody's speeding. Nobody going to do the 25. So nobody want to get ticket.
And it's electronically detected, right?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Right? So the towns do work. The cap the fines are good. Cap the fines there.
Okay. And they did talk about I know they did mention that they were going to be rolling out. They were thinking about some electronic systems as well. So let's see what happens when those roll out. Yeah.
So the towns do work, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Burl says the Buckley's Uprising monument should have been prioritized over the Bradshaw Museum. The money spent on the Bradshaw Museum so far, and they can't get 2 people on the same thing. So far, and they can't get that pressure completed. Should have been spent on the Buckley's monument, and then they could come back and do the Bradshaw Museum afterwards. Boy, I really I'm gonna say less on that because anyone with eyes to see can tell what's going on with that Bradshaw thing. If people can't figure it out, I'm not gonna spell it out for them. It just goes to show how. It just goes to show how we just. Mac likes to say, keep changing them until. I don't think nothing will ever change. We can change them as much as we like, and nothing will change. It'll be different people, same stuff.
And that's why I said we're going to see somebody get locked up for doing an offense, and we can still go and do that offense thinking we're going to get away. It's like we don't learn as human beings.
Versus the politicians who always get away, so nothing will change.
Yeah. That's
they always get away.
Yeah. But in life,
if you get my meaning.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But in life, as I said, why life cannot be a school or like school, where you get the lesson and then the test. In life, we get the test and then learn the lesson afterwards. So we have to learn. We, as human beings, we say a lot of things. You learn from the mistakes of others. Do we really? Because some of us are destined to repeat the mistakes of others over and over and over again. I don't know, boy. The creator probably saying, boy, what are people's...
Hey, listen to this. Okay, let's take this call first.
Okay.
I've got a good comment here, but let's get this call first. Caller, go right ahead.
Good morning, Jamsta.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
How are we doing, darling?
Good. Yourself?
The other day, I thought your name was unique until I heard somebody name Kortensia say. I thought Kortensia was you. I thought you were unique.
Who has the name as well?
I think it was either somebody was a relative of somebody who died. Kortensia Edmead. What is your surname?
Hortense, you said?
Yeah, Kortensia.
I'm Kortensia, but my surname is
With
Carty.
a K. Mm-hmm.
Is Patrick?
No, Carty. Mine is Carty.
Oh, Carty. It wasn't Carty. So say.
Sue.
I remember my daughter when she named her daughter Michaela, cause the father named Michael. She come up and she said, "Mommy, girl," and I said, "Girl." She said, "I didn't want my child to have a common name." I said, "Darling, they have some Michaela who are adults, you know." All right.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised.
Maybe somebody knew the name before. Is it common in Guyana?
I think Ken needs to sue. You need to sue. You need to sue, Kay.
No, it's probably Hortense. That sounds like Hortense. I've never heard anybody with
Hortensia.
Hortensia. It's normally Hortensia, Hortensia. Yeah, those are the ones. I've never heard the K, so I would love to hear that K one.
Do you know in some languages though? In some European languages, the K is pronounced like an H. So you'll see the word spelled. You'll see the word spelled with a K, but it's pronounced like the city in Ukraine. It's spelled Kharkiv, but they say Kharkiv.
Oh, so the K is
Let
silent.
me go to the thing you talk about the land. I think they said they purchased a piece of the land in the corner, but near the fence. The government said they purchased it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is this one or the one before.
So this is on the same estate area?
Yeah, the same Kawaja.
But that doesn't. Well, interesting. Listen to this comment. So they sold the land to someone and then they're gonna buy. Listen to this comment. This is yet another reason why the unity government was full of it. This was suggested since then. Kawaja bought the entire estate except the great house where Zach is squatting a few years ago. There was a suggestion to meet with him /them, Kawaja, and offer him land somewhere in exchange for the estate. But I'm not certain if that ever happened. There was another suggestion to have it in the roundabout. Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Yeah, I think Congress on that said so. So it was, I think, either unity or whatever. But they bought back, I think last I ever listened to how much acres, because it was a small piece. They were asking that he would give it first, given the historical importance of the land. And then, so when did they say they're going to put up the monument? That's what I called to find out.
They didn't say.
What promise they give again?
Oh boy. Let me pull the article so that we can be political.
You were reading something, Kortensia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let me pull it. I just found it. They did say to advance this initiative. Well, wait. They said the funding is part of a broader government commitment of $1 million over time to ensure that the monument stands as an enduring tribute to the resilience and determination of
$1 million over time.
Over time, yeah.
Well, maybe great my seat then. Because if you're collecting that CBI money, all you have to do is to allocate 1 million of it. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Just to get that done and get that out of the way?
To your Jamsta, that's all makes sense?
Absolutely.
1 million, over time.
So it says, with the formalization of land ownership and the government's financial commitment, the Buckley's Uprising Monument project moves from vision to reality. The Buckley's Uprising Committee is expected to commence planning and preparatory works, ensuring that this sacred ground becomes a landmark of national and regional significance. So they didn't actually say when it was going to start.
That's what I'm telling you. That is why I told you stop going.
No, boy.
They treat people like fools. Because there's an assumption that once you ain't white, you're stupid.
Oh, boy.
That's an assumption, That's an assumption of politicians, especially the Labour one.
Oh,
so when people go home, they're not going to think about it. 1 million, when you go and you're going to hand millions to this and millions to that, the same CBI money. Because regardless of whatever they say, millions are still pouring in. And since the prospect of getting back to the farmer millions, one of it is to do it. The same thing with the Batcher Museum. I recall in 2016, Mr. Batcher made 100 years, right? One big Tululu on the radio, they're going to have the Batcher Institute, and they're going to do this, and they're going to... Where is it? If you expect people to act intelligently, you got to treat them as intelligent people. Mm-hmm. You have children. If you expect them to, then you must also expect them to act reasonable. Oh, I'm gonna buy you a car when I get $1 million, and the child don't pull out the calculator. That's how much you're working for. So by the time you make $1 million. I don't make mine first. And that is my contention. Now, I was called by somebody I know, questioning the thing with the commissioner of prison. And why the daughter is arrested and put in the prison, in the common. I mean, and my response was, if children, sons and daughters, because you pass 18. Once you don't pass 18, you're not a child. My daughter and my son. If they would stop to consider, think before they act, that the impact that their action, talking about the bad one, well, even the good one, what impact it would have on the family. Some of them might think twice. When you get up to satisfy yourself, whatever is the reason, you shoot somebody, you kill somebody, the stigma is attached to the poor innocent parents. So this big outcry about, why did send turn with the man, why they send him home? And I said, look, watch me. My response is to all of our sons and daughters, think before you act. Before you act, think before you act. It's not all about you. So when you're going to do your deed, then some people who like to pull down people, they forget what you're doing. Oh, me send we daughter, me send we son, me send we grandchild, me send we brother and sister. Just an example. You understand Kortensia?
Yeah.
We're very selfish. We think about satisfying ourselves. What impact will your actions have on your family name? We don't think. So everybody criticizing. Oh, wait. I said, look, God asked the girl that she thought about her father. What she allegedly did. And that's my message to all of our listeners. Nobody could tell me nothing. I am my own man and woman. You're not your own man and woman. Mm-hmm. You didn't bring yourself here. And for parents, too. You go for parents. Because some of them do things without thinking of the impact it have on the children. Yeah. The stigma they create. The many blockages that they actually create. Oh, your mother named Sylvie. Just an example, right? Especially in this small country.
Yep. Everybody knows everybody.
Everybody knows everybody. So you can't say, well, I'm going to leave Washington and go Pennsylvania. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I am calling upon our people to think before you stop and think before you act.
Yep.
Stop and think before you act. That go from the Prime Minister, come down. Stop and think before you act. It's not all about you. I feel sad about the thing, kind of weatherman. Arguing, why they turn the man? They said they didn't turn with the man. Why they said the man leave? I said, you expect the man to be in charge of the prison where his daughter is a resident? Oh, well, they're in charge. And
but don't you think he could have still been in charge and not offer favoritism?
He's a human being like everybody else.
Okay, fair enough.
I understand the move. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean he would have shown
that he would do it.
But I understand. Yeah, I understand. It makes sense. It's reasonable. Sometimes I wonder how these people, like that person, whoever's told you that, I wonder how people reason sometimes.
I don't understand that kind of reasoning because the truth is, even if he does not do anything, they're going to accuse him.
Exactly.
If he make a mistake one day and say,
so good time to take vacation. What's wrong with that? Hopefully by the time, I don't know.
All kind of foolish argument they put it up. Oh, she shouldn't have been in the common.
But is that it? Is that because a lot of things could be hearsay too? Oh boy.
But we don't reason. People just charge you before you even do.
I know.
So what happened to the rest of the prisoners then? Boy, you can't tell me nothing. Your daughter over there. You know what I mean?
Oh.
You could lead to this because they already locked up. You can't lock them up no more.
Yeah.
When they try to create order, how you going to think?
But he didn't do anything, so the respect should still be there for
daughter,
that.
Maybe she lives with him or whatever. People say they don't care. They look for every opportunity. If they hear, it's Kortensia's sister. Well, you haven't done anything,
Yeah.
And they're glad, those who hate you.
Yep.
Those who hate you are envy you. They may not hate you, but they envy you. Oh, Jamsta think he's somebody, and then they start. Jamsta dog jump over a neighbor fence and bite the neighbor cat.
Problems.
You understand? So I am saying, I don't know why our people don't, that's why politicians use them so much, because they don't reason. Some of them are looking for an opportunity to tear down the man.
I mean, you hear about recusal from judges being recused from certain cases because
magistrate
and those. It's a similar.
They have not done
it's a similar kind of matter.
They're human beings.
Yeah, understood. Just like Biden pardoning his son.
Remove any opportunity for people to say that he's being partial to his daughter or whatever.
That's all.
Okay, remember we need to shut up before the DPP sends its goons for us, right? So
he go over back all the meaning and get paid. They did not say leave it or pay, if he's gone and leave and he'll be paid, it's the same like the vacation leave. So all of you out there who kill up yourself, go and reason, and before you act,
think.
It's an unbecoming way. Stop, think before you act. That's all I have to say. Good morning to everybody.
Okay, let's take a quick
break.
Your contribution. Yes, absolutely. We're going to take a quick break.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Rams the good food people, always there to serve you. Rams the good food people, locations right near you. Rams the good food people, in-store specials for you. Rams the good food people. When you need better service, Rams is always here. Better value, better prices, Rams is always here. Rewarding your loyalty, Rams is always here. We are community, we are family. We are family. Rams for you and me. We are community. Rams for you and me.
Buster! We run things, things are run we. Buster! Buster! Living color, do it differently. Buster! Buster! Large and in charge, like for the party. Buster! Buster! We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
7 flavors, best taste. Buster, bolder, better, better. Pick your color.
We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
Buster, live in full color.
Buster!
Oh boy.
Yeah, so give them the news.
So, folks, as Miss Henry mentioned, and my friend in the Bahamas was listening, hi Sherry, and she went and did some research, and there's Kortensia Moses, that's me, that's my maiden name, so I'm Kortensia Moses Carty, and then there's a Kortensia Woodley at this person said at Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College. There's a Kortensia Sumter Griffith, but she's from Suriname, and as I mentioned before, my name is from Suriname. My dad gave me that name. And then there's a Kortensia Vlad Cowdy. So there is a Kortensia Woodley, Miss Henry. So maybe that's the name that she heard.
Yeah, because a lot of
But
them,
if that's a Kortensia Woodley, maybe that's a younger Kortensia.
Yeah.
So I'm honored that that person think
Yeah.
that my name is lovely to share it with their child.
they're like that's like St. Paul's,
Mhm.
Deportation and so on. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, that's nice. That's
And
nice.
there are Woodleys in Sandy Point, St. Paul,
Okay.
Deportation. Yeah.
So hi Kortensia that lives on St. Kitts as well.
Interesting.
Oh, and I want to say congratulations to the Dean Glassford Primary School. I see they're celebrating 25 years. So kudos and congratulations, and many more years of educating our society and putting out productive citizens. So congratulations to the faculty and staff and students at the Dean Glassford Primary School. Celebrate hard, eat your cake if there's cake sharing around, you know? Yeah.
Back to this Buckley's thing. There's a question. Is the Kawaja place open yet?
What Kawaja place?
Where on the Buckley's land where people were saying the government should have.
Where just after the hospital? The
yeah.
warehouse?
Mhm.
The warehouse that
Oh, the
was
warehouse
building
is open.
No, I don't know that.
Uh-oh.
No. I'm asking. I know it was building, so I'm asking if that's where you're talking about. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
in
know.
that general area. Yeah, that's where people were saying they should have never sold and should have
Okay.
been.
So right in
'Cause
front or
it-
opposite the bottling company, right?
It's just amazing to me. That could have been a park, Buckley's Park or something. You know. Like Buckley Square, a little area where people could, you could have had the statue, and you could have nice green space there where people can go and chill out. You know, just chill out. Have nice greenery, maybe a fountain, whatever. I don't know. Everything doesn't have to be sold out from under us. Come on, man.
Yeah.
But anyway,
but maybe nobody thought about that. Yeah.
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 You see, so our politicians see everything through the lens of profit, even when it's even when it's a governmental interest, meaning they don't see things through the lens of, let's say, community, the community interest. Like, for example, okay, knowing what happened in Buckley's, you would have thought that every government that had to be confronted with the question of, shouldn't we be doing something about the Buckley's uprising and the people who were the catalyst for the Morant, what's it called? No, not Morant, what the Boyne Commission and all that stuff, right? Why weren't they thinking about the common good and saying, well, you know what, I don't think we should sell it. This is where I remember NACO used to be in there, and they had I remember the estate going there by my uncle and so on. I had an uncle. He's now a Marine. I used to go there to visit him and so on. He's a U.S. Marine. He was here actually during Christmas. One of my favorite uncles. So, I remember going there to see him and so on. And the thing is, that area, why would you be even thinking about selling the area, especially given what happened there? At the very least, you could have been looking at turning some of it into maybe high-rise housing or the park I just spoke about. With the first order of business should have been memorializing those people, those people who gave their lives and those people who sacrificed for our betterment.
Yeah, because just like we got the Christina Monument, we should have already gotten the Buckley's Uprising since, and folks, I'm not being insensitive. I'm just saying, since that happened before that, priority should have been. I know St. Kitts is not big as other developing countries, but in Guyana we have a statue of coffee. Whether I know what coffee looked like, because I wasn't born when coffee was around.
And I saw the
but
picture.
Coffee is the
Oh, so Guyana has a whole bunch of islands have a coffee. It seems, because I know there's it seems that there's another island I know that has
a coffee.
That has a coffee.
So you want to say that coffee man liberated all those islands and ended in GT?
I think there's a coffee in Jamaica too. I seem to recall.
Maybe remember, a lot of people were given surnames, right? So maybe that's a different coffee. But the
I
fact
know.
that coffee
Different ones,
liberated
but the same,
us, well, the slaves, we have a statue of coffee eons ago, eons and eons. And stuff like that is of prime importance in certain countries, as you mentioned, Jamaica, Trinidad, etc., etc. We should have gotten the Buckley's Uprising Monument first. But one might argue that the land down at Port Zanti would have been easier to put the monument there. They didn't acquire the lands up there just yet.
I mean, in fact, when you think about it, the Heroes Park could have gone on that same piece of land.
Nah, like where the Heroes Park is.
I know, but I mean, let's say they hadn't done that.
Oh.
That would have been an apt place to put the Heroes Park, actually.
Yeah, at least we got that.
And that's, you have the National Heroes Day thing there, and I mean, granted, where it is now is much better for parking and so on, because up there is a nightmare. There's not really any parking, so I get it.
Exactly.
I get it, but still, I feel like what they should have done is turned it, rather than thinking about it as a way to generate revenue. Think about the priceless sacrifice that went down in that area. Don't think about money. Shouldn't have been thinking about money and profit. And like, you know what? Let's turn this into a green area. Put up the statue. Have some amenities that people can go there and relax and reflect, and maybe kids play and so on. Have a plaque that explains what happened, and I don't know.
I'm sure most people would be grateful to the Nyabingi theocracy order for
and of course
ensuring that this memory is kept alive and holding fire to the feet of those responsible. Because as you said, from administration to administration, they have been speaking about these things. So it's good to see that they're still fighting for something, and hopefully they get it before. I know Miss Henry mentioned her greats might see it, but I hope at least she gets to see it before she moves on and she can testify of this coming into fruition and being living proof over the years. She said she stopped going because she don't believe in it anymore. So folks, we want Miss Henry to believe in you again. So let's get this stepping. Please let Miss Henry get to see this monument before she goes on to the other life. Okay? Because we all are gonna go on. Maybe even I can get a glimpse, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's be steadfast at this. Let's work on it. Let's get the stepping on all the projects that mean something to our countries, you know. Let's have some things that stand out and not just the same things that applies when it comes to tourism.
Quick announcement. Byron Messiah becomes a Grammy nominee as Chris Brown's 1111 album earns the best R&B album.
Good for him.
Byron is on that album, that's why. So thanks to News Global megastar Byron Messiah has officially become a Grammy nominee because, you know, he appears on Chris Brown's album 1111, which features the track Nightmares with Byron Messiah. So Chris has been nominated for Best R&B Album at the 2025 Grammy Awards, set to take place this Sunday. Wow, that's soon.
Very soon.
February 2nd. With this nomination, Byron Messiah now has a chance to earn a Grammy if 1111 wins its category. This marks a significant milestone in his career as he continues to make waves on the international music scene.
We were only yesterday we were having a conversation and wondering what he was up to because we were like, he's quiet. As you were thinking about the year that he was coming for music festival and all you were hearing was his song and the drift. So you will hear cars passing with the interlude. That's all you were hearing, like the intros of them. The intros. And I'm like, wow.
Here's
but
a
now
funny.
It's like you're hearing nothing. Go ahead.
It's a funny. This is so funny. Okay, you know Facebook has this thing where you can select what comments, all comments most relevant. Okay, so it's set to most relevant. Guess what the first comment is? The big question is, what was a military helicopter doing in the vicinity of a commercial airport at that time? So that person probably posted it the wrong place. So you get like most relevant, but this person is talking about the crash and nothing to do with Byron Messiah and Chris Brown. Pretty funny. Yeah. So, well, someone says, that is awesome. Byron Messiah, keep on trucking. Congratulations, family. Keep on repping. And
yeah. As I said, Joshua Williams is repping hard for us, so
yeah,
ain't no harm with everybody repping for St. Kitts.
But we don't know. We don't know if they're gonna make finals again. We have to wait and see, I guess. Yeah.
Somebody said Vibes Cartel on Friday will find out his fate of applying for visa entry back into the USA.
They'll probably give him, I'm sure.
Yeah. Buju is back.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And whenever there's money to be made, Americans are there.
Exactly.
So
Plus,
I'm sure
DT's in charge. He's gonna give him one.
I'm sure whoever the promoters and so they're gonna see to it that he gets, you know.
I don't understand this comment. It says that's why you call Putin country above self. What? Something our politicians don't do. Very wise man.
Putin. They probably went to put Putting, but
because I'm like, what?
That's what you call putting country above self. Something our politicians don't do.
Okay. Because I'm like, Putin?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah, they absolutely don't do that.
You saw this thing about Smarty Cards Inc. launches innovative CXC exam preparation app. You know, exams are around the corner. Because January is almost done, guys. The 72 days of January is at its 71st. Look at that. It's almost done. It says Castro St. Lucia students across the Caribbean. And this is it's on winfm.com. Students across the Caribbean have a new ally in their quest for academic success. Smarty Cards Inc., an education technology company founded by St. Lucian entrepreneur and educator Rhonda Girardi, has launched the Smarty Cards app. This innovative platform is designed to support students preparing for the Caribbean Examinations Council CXC exams, offering a dynamic, gamified approach to learning. The Smarty Card app is a comprehensive digital resource dedicated to enhancing academic performance, available for free trial download on Google Play and the Apple App Store. The app covers 11 CXC subjects. So that's 11 CXC subjects, including mathematics, English, social studies, French, Spanish, principles of business, geography, economics, chemistry, biology, and history. What sets the app apart is its design. It fosters collaboration among students, parents, and teachers with distinct portals for each group, making learning a shared, engaging experience. All content has been meticulously prepared by experienced secondary school teachers across the Caribbean and reviewed by international professors, ensuring its relevance and quality. Rhonda Girardi, a mother and educator, developed the app after recognizing the need for accessible, high-quality learning tools. She said, and quote, "This project started as a way to support my children's education through effective revision strategies. Today, it has grown into a resource that I hope will help countless students across the region achieve academic excellence." So in addition to supporting students, the app invites education enthusiasts to join its mission. Through the donor page on the Smarty Cards website, individuals and organizations can contribute to ensure students in need can maintain access to this viable resource. Smarty Cards Inc. also encourages users to provide feedback on the app to continually refine and improve its offerings. For more information or to download the Smarty Card app, visit www.smartycardsapp.com. So for those children who are preparing for CXC, this is where you can put your monies, your what do we call it, your allowance, or you can ask your parents to invest some of their monies in you so that you can reap the benefits that you've worked so hard for over your schooling years.
Yeah, a few days ago, me and my wife and my daughter, I was commenting on the fact that I think her walkathon, not walkathon, cross country or something is next week, and I was thinking, well, that's very early. Yeah, that's very early.
Remember,
why is everything so early this year?
I don't know. Remember sometime this month I brought up the fact that there was a headline that's asking the sporting committee to be mindful of how they place the sports, because a lot of the sports were how should I say it?
Clashing with all
clashing, yes, that's the word I'm looking at. I was thinking conflicting, clashing with each other, because
that works too. Yeah.
Okay, because they were saying everybody wants to go to everybody's sports. Basically, that's what the writer of the article was saying. I think it was Buckley got it.
Yeah, I think we spoke. You told me about that before.
So yeah, because folks, this is just an example. I don't know when the sports are gonna be, right? So let's say Newtown and Beach Island on the same day. They were asking like, no, don't do that. Like,
in fact,
separate it, because everybody wants to go to the sports. Sports? You mean the steeplechase or the sports?
I think it's tomorrow.
Oh.
I'm like, January? I said that's pretty early.
Yeah, I guess they're getting it out of the way.
But they're like saying, no, it's not early. I was like, yeah, it's pretty early.
Yeah, because we used to have sports like March, April, right?
Yeah, or we might start heats late February or something, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of early,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, I thought it was early when I got out of school. How I see how early it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was like, why change the thing?
But then you have the problem of, like you said, all these people having their sports down the same day, which...
Yeah.
One thing that has changed, though, back then people never used to have their sports day on Saturdays and so. Because, some schools, there's been, maybe just after COVID, I remember some schools had their sports day on a Saturday for whatever reason. Or even a Friday, so things have kind of changed.
Yeah.
Which separate from, of course, inter-school, which would be like
one big day.
Two. It used to be 3 days when I was.
Have you heard any issues about inter-school though?
Oh yeah. I was to tell you. Biff told me that it's gonna be in
Nevis?
No, BHS.
BHS.
So I actually kind of like that idea.
Oh, Not a bad idea at
Yeah.
all. Central for
So
everybody.
it will be very
Are we gonna share though? Are we going back to Nevis for some days and St.
No,
Kitts some
I think
days?
it's gonna
everything
be,
is gonna be over here this year. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually like that because there's a kind of nostalgia there. So I guess they're gonna probably I don't know if they're gonna move the stands. I don't know if they're gonna build stands or what.
Yeah, I'm sure they might put up
or
the
buy-
ones that
maybe
you
buy
can break down. What
Yeah,
what you
I
think
don't know
of
if they
that?
have more in storage, but they're gonna have to build some stands. But
But can they borrow the set from
yeah, probably
the
move
stadium
those
and then take them back?
You probably would need more as well.
And any updates on that stadium though? Working on it?
Well, he said he's not finished. That's why.
Oh, okay.
So they're
Okay,
gonna
so
be
they
doing
work-
it.
okay.
But so there's an upside to that. We get to check out the sports day in
Bastille
the
High.
Bastille High School grounds.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they. I guess they have to put up tents and so on for everything. Because basically you have to put everything in there. I don't know if they may use
Toilets,
that.
everything.
Yeah, but I could imagine they could use that new part of Carnival Village for certain things. Probably, like maybe like.
Oh, for
the-
that could be where you go
the
and get
bars
the food.
and yeah.
Just like what it
It's a
is
pity
now.
you'd have to walk that far though. Maybe
That's
you should
not
be.
far when you're on sports day. That's a nice cool hang with your friends.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Nothing's too far when you're an adolescent enjoying life, Yeah. And the parent can send the adolescent
Yeah.
and they won't mind because they get to see their friends.
You know what the bad thing is though?
What?
The hill doesn't go away. you know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
The hill, like the 400 track, the back stretch going up there, going up to come back to the finish line. It's sort of a hill. It's an incline. So I remember
I
when
never realized that, and I
yeah.
ran sports in Bassett
we used
High
to
School.
always we always used to say, oh God, the hill. Yeah, it's a slight incline.
Okay.
It might be.
So the lab was over on this side, right?
Mhm.
So you mean when you come around that side?
Yeah, when you come down and then you're going back to go back around. So you come down and you're turning with
think I get the picture of
with
what
the
you're saying.
bathroom with the bathrooms
yeah.
on the east side on your right.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
kind of a hill. Yeah, it's a slight
never
slight
realized.
incline, but yeah, it used to be pretty tough. You know what's tough? Like when you're running east going down, you're usually running into a headwind. So
Yeah, pushback.
yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah, those good old days.
Yeah.
I high jumped and I ran. I don't even know where my medals are. I think I can find one.
So I just realized they're gonna have to. I don't know if it's there still, but they're gonna have to put back the long jump. Well, no, they probably have the cushion stuff, and they don't need that.
Yeah, but
They don't
because
need
remember the
the-
long
the-
jump pit was right like in the middle.
Yeah,
of the
with the
field.
sand.
Maybe it's
but-
still there.
Yeah,
And
but
just
they-
dig it up and resand it.
and yeah, well, yeah, they have to do that. But for high jump, they have to use because
Yo,
they use the
when you
cushion.
see that transformation, you are not going to believe this is the empty ground that you saw.
I know.
turned
I could
into,
imagine.
A track.
I could imagine.
Yeah, I think
could
they're gonna do
imagine.
good. So for whomever came up with that idea, kudos. And then you can park on the inside too.
Mhm.
So yeah,
They should try a music festival in there at least once.
but I think music festival isn't going back to Wanna Park.
Where was it? Yeah, but I was just thinking. I wouldn't be surprised if they did sports there and this year, maybe we should try music festival.
Well, they just got an idea from
The only
you.
problem is that there's going to be expense because you have to build everything you need. You know what I mean?
Well, all you building is a stage.
Except, the stage, but then toilets and.
Yeah, porta potties over there.
Or you could use the. Well, because at Wanna Park you use the stadium toilets, right? So.
I'm not sure what happens. I've
Yeah,
never
the stadium
been-
toilets. Yeah.
Never been to the loos at the stadium.
Yeah, the stadium toilets on that you would use for cricket and so on.
Been to cricket, never used the loos. Don't know. Don't want to find out.
So you'd prefer using a porta potty? I've never used a porta potty. I don't know.
No. I
Okay.
was just saying what they can put down, kind sir. No. Not at all. Not at all. What are you looking at like that?
No, it's something. It's funny that this is so funny. When I was talking about running into the wind, right? On the 400 meter track, I actually thought of someone when I was talking about that, and Burl just asked what became of the person.
Look at this. A commenter said he has gotten the visa and on the way to the Grammys on Sunday, where he's nominated for Best Reggae Album.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was about to read that. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
See, as you said,
Yeah,
money's
I
involved.
I figured he'd get.
Money's
he'd
involved.
get it.
Even if they give him just for that time and then to exit until they feel comfortable giving him one that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what they normally do. Oh, wow.
Okay. And Cleo says, porta potties are nasty. I wouldn't know. I've never used one. I don't intend to.
Because nothing is... those are like pits. Because nothing is moving. Remember, nothing is flushing. Nothing is going away.
They're chemical.
I don't
They're
mean to
basically
gross-
chemical toilets. So from what I was told, I don't know if the ones here are chemical toilets, but I know they have ones where there are chemicals that
break up the stuff that's
down-
there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I won't know. I won't find out. I try to make sure I do everything before I leave
I
the
know.
house.
I'll just
especially
take
when
their
I'm
word
going
for
to
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we gotta wrap up.
Yeah,
at
we
this
have to.
point. Great show today.
Yeah. I want to say good morning to Princess of Melanin. So, hi. I don't remember us. I don't remember giving a shout out, but Happy New Year. All the best for it. Yeah.
You know who the person is?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, maybe I know,
You
but I
sounded-
don't
okay.
know.
Okay.
No, but it's that person's normally always on our YouTube channel. Yeah. And Carlisle, thank you for the information and for everyone that contributed to this morning show. You made it what it is. Thank you to our callers. Have a blessed day. Drive safe. No ways far. The fines, you shouldn't have to be fined to be deterred. You should have a clear mental picture of getting home safely, including the well-beings of others using the road as well, getting home safely to their loved ones, please.
And keeping your pocket heavy.
Yes, save your money.
See ya.
Oh, I've got this feeling to high five the sun, dance in the rain, and have my scoop of fun.